Your statement. Thank the whole panel for the statement. There's two panels today. I would ask the members on the rostrum, we've got 4 minutes to ask questions, so get your good questions up and so we don't run over, because otherwise this will be an incredibly long hearing. Not that it shouldn't be, because it's important. I'm going to start my questions with you, Mr. Sawyer, since you're warmed up. In your review of the transition process, did you identify, you talked about they didn't start many of them didn't start the transition 1 year in advance. Did you identify the reasons why?
Thank you for that question, Chairman Tester. In our report, we did not specifically identify reasons why individuals were not starting the transition assistance program 1 year, at least 1 year in advance of their anticipated separation or transition date. But what we did find is that there was information available to DOD to allow them to assess the results. And that is why we recommended that they identify the root causes to try to understand.
So we'll go to you, Mr. Vizirani. How does the DOD hold commanders, or does it hold commanders accountable for providing service members the need for transition, the time they need for transition?
Senator, thank you. The DOD is holding or observing and watching what the commanders are doing. And so we do that through collecting data on the Transition Assistance Program. We have compliance measures and timeliness measures. We measure compliance across 8 domains, and we measure timeliness, whether the service member starts 365 days in advance.
And what are you seeing with those measurements?
What we're seeing is, as reported, that about 30% are starting on time. We know that we have to make improvements there. We're providing that data to the services. And one of the things that we're also doing is at the assessment at the end of TAP, understanding if there are barriers to that timeliness. And what we're finding is that those barriers tend to be in the area of 3 categories: involuntary separations, which are happening within that 365-day time period, mission requirements, and then also personal decisions.
So you're in a tough position because everybody on this roster knows that the military needs every person they can get and keep every person that they have available to them. So I think the last thing you want to talk about is transitioning folks out of the military. But I think it is important that this is a group effort. That's why everybody's here today. We've got you representing the DOD. We've got Jacobs representing the VA. We've got the folks on this panel that give us the full gamut. We have got a massive problem that has been around for a long time in mental health with the folks that are coming out. And the statistics that I read in my opening statement show that this is really most prevalent in enlisted members. So do you have before I move on, just real quickly, Mr. Verzano, do you have any ideas on how we can make it better while keeping our numbers up in the military?
Senator, so as the Secretary said, mental health is health, and we're very focused on assessing the mental health of service members and ensuring their mental health throughout their time of service. Through the congressionally mandated suicide prevention response, we're implementing a program looking across and implementing a public health approach, ensuring that we're fostering a supportive environment, that we're addressing stigma, that we're improving the delivery of behavioral health care, and that we're revising suicide prevention training so that commanders and first-line leaders understand the signs of where a service member may be have concerns about their mental health or behavioral health.
Thank you. I'll go to Chairman Reed and then Ranking Member Rand.